bowl first. I've got with me Roshan Abhasingh and Amir Sohail. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Well, are we geared up for the eliminator? One goes back.
I'm already celebrating with the prospect of a high-octane game because both the sides have big names in their lineup. And talking about Jaffna Kings,
Right.
everybody has to watch out for them.
I know, they can be very, very dangerous, especially in the playoffs, given the kind of experience they have. They've lost only one the 7 games they played in the LPL playoffs.
I think they're the wounded tigers.
Yeah.
You know, they thought that they were the favorites when the tournament started. They always told themselves that, and then they were very confident. But when they kept losing, I mean, they didn't know which way to turn. But I'm glad that they're back because they can be very, very dangerous in this game.
Right. Isn't this tournament a true alibi of the beauty of T20 cricket? I mean, if you just talk about Leauge, Candy, they did not start well. They regained form at Palakele. Then they went down. So their position in the points table has altered according to the performance completely.
That was aforementioned that this time around, LPL had more to offer. All the teams were challenging each other all the times, and that's why you couldn't pick a winner from the very beginning. And eventually, last day, it was decided who is going to play the eliminator, who is going to play the qualifier. So cricket has been very good.
All right. Well, with that, let's go down to Russell Arnold for the pitch report.
The day game, 146 was the score. I thought that was 10 runs short, but it slowed up as the game went on. Now, before we move on, let's remind ourselves of the dimensions. There is a shorter boundary, and that's in that direction, 58 meters. 67 meters on the other end, which is a decent hit, but still not too big. And 75 meters down the ground. Looking at the pitch, just a bit of scarring. It still looks like it's holding together. Clipped grass has been rolled, it's been thrown around and rolled in to hold it together. The cracks very much together, so it's not going to crumble. But what we are seeing is this pitch is slowing down as the day goes on. There hasn't been much sign of dew, and that's why even in the night game, it slows down further. Throughout the tournament, that's been the trend. Run making in the night has been harder. Another thing that we picked up on, earlier in the day, in the first innings, we got 2.2 degrees of turn. But in the second innings, it increased to 4.2. But they bowl slower. The slower you bowl, the more turn you get. It's a slow pitch, remember. So take the pace off. That is the way to go. From the batting point of view, you've got to play yourself in. You've got to keep milking the runs. It's not a pitch where you're going to blast the ball to all parts of the corners. We saw 3 batsmen batting beautifully and controlling things very nicely. Lasit Cruz-Pulle got 80 and the two Kusals, they got almost half centuries to see their team home. That's what you need to do. Apply yourself, be smart with your options and deal a punch when the time is right. 150, 155 is what you need on this pitch.
Well, he sticks around 151, 155. Roshan, what did you make of the pitch of the first game?
Well, interesting. Actually, I was interested to see about that turn, the degree of turn. And he says when you bowl slower. And also, chasing has been a bit tough. So runs on the board to me is going to be the key.
Right. The change, the degree of the turn, how does it affect the second game?
Look, it hasn't turned a lot. But at the same time, you know, when odd ball is turning, the batters, they need to be alert all the times. And, you know, you cannot really premeditate and all that. It can be a disadvantage. But I want to talk about the shorter boundary.
Sure.
It's been overemphasized. How many times we have seen any team taking advantage of that? If, as a batsman, you're looking to utilize that boundary, you're missing out on other options.
Right.
The only thing a batter needs to do is just find the gaps. Forget about the shorter boundary. If you are thinking about utilizing that shorter boundary, you'll miss out.
Right. Well, Vanandu Astranga and team back first. Let's take a look at the teams. There are a couple of changes that he mentioned at the top. Amra, I'll start with you because, you know, Fakhar Zaman's there, but he's not been able to utilize his potential completely. What are you expecting from the batting order? And
for me, it's going to, which fascinates me, that battle between the veteran Angelo Matthews and Fakhar Zaman along with Harris, because he's been picking up wickets. And if these two batters are able to lay a foundation, let me tell you, they have resources. Chandimal is back in form, he scored a 50.
Arachige has been contributing. Angelo Matthews has been decent with the bat. And when you talk about the bowling options, they got plenty. Yes, they're going to miss out the pace of Chamira, but they have got a replacement.
Right, Mandala and Chituranga are out. Let's move on to Jaffna. They also have one change. What do you make of this team?
Well, I expected that change.
Yeah.
I expected that change. I expected Asalanka to come back, and this is the best Jaffna team that they have available. And if you look at the team, again you could see plenty of variety. You look at the likes of Tikshana, who's been very good with Leauge. I mean, he's surprised quite a few. And, well, the seam bowlers too are quite alright. So I think it's going to be a real good punch-up with the likes of Shoaib Malik putting his hands up.
Right.
He's going to be a key player here in this game for Jaffna.
Well, I'll tell you, there's one thing key for sure, that one team will have the end of the tournament by the end of the night. We take a short break and you stay tuned.
लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें।
Hello and welcome. Well, let me remind you all, Jaffna Kings won the toss and elected to bowl first. Now on the other side, Beloved Candies, Dinesh Chandimal is finding form at the right time. Comes into this one at the back of a 50 and he tells us how his swanky captain keeps his cool in the dressing room.
After we lose in the first two games, very close to captain and the coach. I mean, they were outstanding in the dressing room. They never show their pressure to us and they always keep the dressing room very relaxed. Whenever we didn't get a good start, whether we are bowling or batting, it's always been wrong. I mean, we'll have to start well So if we can do that, definitely we can be a great team going forward. Yeah, it is always good, scoring runs in the game. So, but I couldn't get my team over the line. So that's the area I have to learn as a batsman, because once you get a good start, you have to finish the game. So I have done so much of hard working, and it is finally paid off, and looking forward to the next game as well. He's outstanding, I mean, he's a confident player. I have never seen a player like him, the confidence-wise. I mean, on the field, off the field, he's really confident. Now, when he became as a captain, he's very calm. So it is a really good sign for Sri Lanka cricket going forward, because I'm sure he can be a really good captain for Sri Lanka cricket. I mean, we have some game plans, so we have something in our power still. So I'm sure guys will deliver in the next couple of games.
Well, there's plenty of positives about, of course, Vanendu Hasranga and Dinesh Chandimal will see him with the bat very soon. But Amir, Russell Arnold said 151. How do you bat on a pitch like that to get there?
I think they must have watched the first game. You need somebody to occupy the crease, employ the softer skills, and complement it with boundaries and all that. And you will take your team to a total where your bowlers can put up a fight and win the game for you. Talking about Jaffna's team, I'm not convinced with Madhushka's exclusion from the side. You needed somebody to anchor the innings up the order. You have Gurbaz. If you have a player like Lane, Gurbaz batting together, then you bring in Asalanka, he's an explosive batsman as well. You only left with one player, who is Shoaib Malik, who could actually stay the innings. And what we have seen, at times Shoaib Malik was the lone man standing.
Right.
There was nobody to help him. So for me, that move.
Right, coming back to, of course, Chandimal, the way he's batted in the previous game, what is it about his shot selection or anything else that has impressed
See,
you?
what impressed me is the way Chandimal changed his game, opening the batting intently. He completely changed his style. He looked to be aggressive at the top, and it paid off. And Chandimal, when he started his cricket, he was always an aggressive player, and then he changed it. I like to see Dinesh Chandimal the aggressor, because somebody who can play those kind of innings, that can win you games, and when he bats his normal way, he can always win you matches.
That's right. On the other side, of course, Jaffna Kings, Dinesh Tikshana will be seen with the ball very soon, and on any given day, he can do some massive damage. He started off as a fast bowler, and he takes us through his incredible fitness journey.
Actually, I was a fast bowler when I was playing in school first. Then I had an injury, then I had to bowl over spin. When I was in under 19s, I didn't take for any squads because I am fatter on that period. They told me I need to improve my fitness. Then I was about to give up. I had a plan to play for the national team, but I knew that if I need to do that, I have to lose some weight and I have to build my fitness. The COVID period, I think it will help me. In 4 or 5 months, I lost my weight to 79 from 107. We had a tournament like Army Commanders League, then I played for Krishna Pereira's team, then he wanted me to come to the LPL. And that time I was in the spinner squad in Sri Lanka, development squad. He had a chat with the field board and he got me out from the draft to the team. In 2021, CSK picked me as a overseas player. First I came as a new ball bowler. When I was playing last year, he asked me to bowl 2 deaths in RCB game, so I did it really well. I think the similarities in CSK and Jaffna Kings, even if you lost, they will treat you as the same person. They give the space, everything they have, it's simple. Both the teams. Everyone is wanted us to lose because we won 3 times. So even in the games, they were waiting for us to win and just lose. And they don't want us to face in the qualifiers because they know how good we are. I think we have the experience. We just need a little bit luck. If anyone from our team just put their hand up on that day, I think nobody can stop us. As a player, I just want to win one T20 World Cup and one day World Cup for the team. So then I can like tell everyone, and I just think about my career, because when you have one World Cup and one T20 World Cup and one Day World Cup, I think your career is almost success.
Stunning IPL, definitely now the find of the LPL. Him, along with Leauge, the kind of damage they can do on the pitch.
Yeah, they're different. He bowls quickly, he bowls cutters, he has so much of variation. Leauge is different. He's an orthodox spinner. We see that this pitch is responding well to the bowlers who are looking to bowl slow. But having said that, he bowls with a new ball. And he also swings it, and he's a mystery bowler. So they are very different. And I believe both of them can be pretty useful on the surface.
Well, that's the bowlers. We're talking about the batters because you touched upon it. Shoaib Malik, you said, has been the lone warrior, not anybody there out there comforting him. How much disappointment is there with David Miller? Because he's such a huge name, and the kind of damage he could have created is not being able to do that.
I expect good things from him. He hasn't gotten used to the pace of the pitches. He hasn't used his back leg. He's been playing the ball away from the body. At times when as a batsman you get frustrated, you want to make the ball early, and that's why he's been getting out cheaply. I think this is an important game. He's a big player, and expect good things from him.
Right, who's winning?
Good question. My predictions have generally been wrong.
But very quickly,
Jaffna.
Kings, that's what they say. They're going with the defending champions, but the big question is who lands this knockout punch in this do or die encounter? Will it be Jaffna Kings, Lots Riding, especially Pride, or will it be the Love Candy?
दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023 लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर करें और मेरे पेज को फॉलो करें और अपनी पसंदीदा टीम के लिए अच्छे कमेंट्स दें। शुक्रिया। दोस्तों अगर आप मुकम्मल IPL 2023
It's a must-win game for the two teams, with the loser eliminated from the competition. Both teams are struggling. Candy's dream run at their home ground at Khela has come to an end, with 2 losses in a row in Colombo. The veterans have come good for Candy. Angelo Matthews has come up with an all-round performance, while Dennis Chandamal struck form with a 50 in the last game against Dumbula. But the team has relied too heavily on the inspirational skipper, Monindu Hasaranga, and others need to rise to the task. Candy's opponents Chapman are also struggling after 2 successive losses. The Kings were dismissed for just 89 in their last game against the Titans and suffered a crushing defeat. The 4th place finish in the table is the champions' worst so far. Chapman's pride is hurt, and Casara Pereira's team will be looking to strike back. We're at the Archimedes International Cricket Stadium in Colombo. Hello and welcome to the Eliminator. Be Love Candy taking on the Jaffna Kings. A little bit earlier we saw the Dumbula Aura emerge victorious against the Gaul Titans in Qualifier 1, and they are through to the final to be played on August 20th. But this game, someone remains, someone will go home. But earlier the coin went into the air and it was the Jaffna Kings who won the toss, decided that they would chase. Monindu Hasaranga didn't seem that bothered. He was happy to have a bat first. Beside me, Frankie Mackay and Ramesh Raja. Ramesh, the Jaffna Kings, Be Love Candy, I should say to you, they've made lots of changes over the last few weeks and maybe they'll be regretting it.
Yeah, why destroy the rhythm, the winning rhythm? But Hasaranga feels that there was a case of maybe getting the bench strength performers a look in. But overall, the top order needs to click. Tucker especially is really not looking any great touch. And Harris, we know he's got talent, but every now and then it disappoints you.
Frankie, what about the reigning champions?
It was just the one change for them. Shan Madushka that misses out. Charith Asaranka comes back in. So a little change again to that top order. Still trying to find that right combination. But when you look at the names in that side, it looks a dangerous one. And it is not a team I would want to come up against come finals time. So I like the look of it. I like the balance they've got today.
All Titans, with what they did in their last game in the group stages, have almost, the word I'm looking for, they upset the apple cart, because Be Love Candy had been so impressive until they just needed one win to finish in the top 2, and then they were derailed. The Jaffna Kings, they've shown no consistency with, as you mentioned, Frankie, such a powerhouse cricket team. You think of the likes of David Miller, who've been sensational all around the world, who hasn't featured yet. Maybe at moment critique, the likes of Lynn and Miller will come to the party.
Try changing his batting order, maybe send him open the innings, or maybe make him bat at number 3. Something to happen, Miller, because if he has a half a decent day, he'll bring you the game. All eyes will be, as far as Pakistan perspective is concerned, on this opening pair, because they may go on to play with the same pair during the Asia Cup and the World Cup. How will Fakhar Zaman play in this innings? He's been playing with half blade. He's never seen him play like this ever in his career. Inside edging the ball and not being able to drive comfortably.
But he's temperamentally strong, he's mentally strong, and that you need to be in a contest like this. Today's contest demands him to be mentally strong.
Going to be Nuwan Tashara who's going to open the innings with the new ball. Well, Russell Arnold had a little bit of a look at the surface before playing. It was surprising. He went to around about 150, 155 that he thought was a really competitive total if you batted first.
Yeah, and I think knockout cricket comes into that as well. Yes, it's playing under lights, it is the night game, and we have seen that scoring has been a little bit difficult there, especially when chasing. But finals cricket plays a part there. This is win or go home stuff. So I think he's pretty much on the money there, that 155 mark. I think any time you're scoring 160 in a knockout, you're walking off the field as a batting team feeling pretty happy about it. So it'll be interesting to see how the surface does play. I thought it was reasonably good game one today. Will it change? Will it slow up further under the lights? We're about to find out.
Well, one of them will play against the Gall Titans in qualifier number 2. The other, they can pack their bags. Here we go. Nuwan Tashara. Slip in place. A little bit of movement in the air there. Again, there's no run taken, but they looked as though there was a little bit of swing.
Ahmed Harris, first ball of the innings, and he ventures out of the crease. It's just a mind-boggling set of brains, or whatever it's called. It's just ridiculous way to begin your knock. I was way down the leg side. There's no way that appeal was going to be upheld. But Spiro thought for how the batter played that first ball. Ridiculously outrageous.
Definitely just a little bit of shape. Is it within the spirit of the game if the first slip throws the stumps down when the batsman's not attempting a run, or is that just reserved for if a wicketkeeper does it?
Asking the big questions. You just started today, HD. Definitely a little bit of shape out there for a fast bowler. Be encouraged seeing the ball move in the air. Can he get it to curve back in towards the left-handed Fakhar Zaman?
Goodness me. He's bowled some full tosses up front here. He's even having a giggle. Yeah, many have been there where you just can't find the middle of the bat. You're going to get 100 today, watch.
Tell you actually, to find the middle of the bat, you need to be showing the face of the blade to the ball. He's been playing with half face of the bat, mostly.
That face is closing a long time before impact. Oh, he's blocked him over. Little bit of swing that showed early. And he's knocked over Fakhar Zaman.
Time to go back to the drawing board. Fakhar Zaman once again not being able to do anything with the angle of the bat. That bat was shaping across the line of the ball towards the leg side. Crooked face of the blade not helping his cause, and he's done. It wasn't such a great ball, but because of the way he's technically handled himself in this Premier League, it's just not been his day, night, or duration. Gone for naught, 1 for 1.
this Chandamal. Half century in the previous game in a losing cause, but you know what a fine player this man is.
This Tashara goes to 120 wickets. What a way to do it. Swinging back through the gate, little stump out the ground. That is one to remember.
Interesting to see where his front foot was when the ball had shattered the stumps. It was still on that middle, even leg stump line. Then go across to cover the stumps. 100 wickets, terrific effort.
And a few days off the Jaffna Kings to do net sessions, get some people in form. He hits, there's trouble. There is, Shoaib Malik was just a little slow off the mark there as well, at mid-on.
Picked his fielder well there. As Chandamal to get off the mark. A little bit of a nervy single, but he's picked out the guy with the sore shoulder.
Actually had no chance of ever running him out, just having a look at that shoulder. Now Muhammad Harris. Oh! Now where did that come from? Ended the first, 2 for 1. Specialist new ball bowler now, Mahesh Deekshana. Mystery spin and a wonderful record. Not only in LPL, but his entire T20 career is very, very impressive. It's that economy that always stands out.
Surprisingly, his average is high in this LPL. But he's at his best when he's bowling with the new ball.
Zim Akram sitting next to Khela and Leauge. Runs and wickets in that picture.